Hey everyone, this is BremSter, and this is the second puzzle in the Support Sven drive. So I said when I launched the first puzzle a week ago that there was going to be two puzzles that had been created for this series, and you will not find these puzzles elsewhere. They've been specifically created for this drive where we want to make puzzles to support Sven. And specifically Sven's SudokuPad, where Sven has spent a couple of years making this software. Now, I said in my first video that I had put into my personal budget that I would support for up to $300 Australian. It took less than 24 hours for that to happen. So I'm definitely matching up to that, and I have been talking to the person I need to plan my budget with, and so far we've had over $400 Australian in donations made to Sven through this drive. And I'm recording only a few days after this went live, so oh my lord, thank you everyone for the support. Now, as of this video going live, I don't know how much support has been made, but from the first week, I am going to say I am going to support up to that $400 that we've already seen. Now, these are the people I need to thank that I've seen so far. So, Plank Time, Stephen T, Matthew, ABCD, Jeremy Dover, Ricky Wallace, Lou, Musical Coder, Bunny Carr, Sotek, Dave, Flinty, Kerry, St. Gordo 61, Jack, Varian, Fallen Lord, WS Bliss, Claire, Kofi supporter, someone who wanted to stay anonymous, Scott B, John Brown, and Bowmore. These people have donated over 400 Australian, so €250 in donations. Now, the smallest donation was €1. The largest have been €20 with an average of over 10. So there's been some incredibly generous donations. And as I said, I'm going to match that with a donation of, for myself, I'm going to do all the math and I'm going to match the donation for this first week of that amount, more than I expected to put into the whole thing. For the second week after this video goes live, I don't have as much funds available. As I said in the first one, I work for a living. What I'm going to do is for the first $200 Australian that is donated, I'm going to put 50 cents to the dollar, because I don't have bottomless amount of money here. I work for a living. These are literally days of salary for me. So what I'm going to do is, if we can hit $200 Australian in the next week, starting from when this video goes live, I will put in $100. And if we don't get that much, I will still put 50 cents to the dollar into Sven. So way more than I expected, but I'm happy to do it because, as I said, Sven has made this amazing software that we use. It's Sven's SudokuPad. He's made it available for people to use. Some people even have it under their own custom domain. He is so supportive of the entire community. It is just unbelievable how much work he puts in for us all to be able to solve these wonderful puzzles. And as for wonderful puzzles, ZegreS stepped forward and made a puzzle that with Sven in the puzzle, and the puzzle is called And Toby, which I believe is the name of Sven's dog. I'm assuming it's the name of Sven's dog. So let's all, and if you don't have the ability to financially support Sven, just solve the puzzle. Like, that's showing support in my mind. Coming together and solving these puzzles, particularly the two that have been made for this drive, that's great support. We can show Sven that we actually care. And we're using the tool that he has put together, and there's nothing better than that. I mean, there have been millions of solves on this tool, and could you imagine putting in work that has been used for millions of hours? That's just absolutely stunning. Let's have a look at the puzzle And Toby by ZegreS. I hope after all of this I can actually solve it. So, normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. We have Renban. Digits placed on purple lines must be a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. So these are, six cells long? So if, for example, if these were to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that would be more than fine. But we do not know the order of the digits in the line. So it could be 1 here, with 2 here, with 3 here, with 4 here, with 5 here, with 6 here. That would be perfectly fine makeup of this line, because they just have to be a run of digits. We couldn't change the 6 to a 7 because then they're not a run of consecutive digits. So that's how Renban lines work. Thermo. So this is actually the Thermo. I was chatting to ZegreS about this, and he thought the name Sven would look better if all the lines were the same thickness. I normally don't do thin thermos, but because of the theme of the naming of the puzzle in this one I have. So digits along the grey Thermo must increase from the bulb to the tips of the Thermo. So we know this will be higher than this will be higher than this will be higher than this. Sum lines. So these blue lines are sum lines. The sum of the digits on a blue line is the same within each box. If a line re-enters the box, it contributes to that line's sum in that box. So for example, we know that on this longer line, those 2 digits here have the same sum as those 2 digits, which will have the same sum as those 4 digits, which will have the same sum as those 2 digits. So that's the way that line is going to work. And in German Whisper, so along the green line, adjacent digits must have a difference of at least 5. And then we've got Kropki pairs. Digits separated by a black dot must be in a 2-to-1 ratio. Digits separated by a white dot must be consecutive. There could be consecutives elsewhere and ratios of 2-to-1 elsewhere. The same as there could be German Whisper lines elsewhere, or thermos elsewhere, or Renban lines elsewhere. Not all clues are given of any type. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. How long is this Thermo? 987654. Yeah. And this is daunting. I know these have a minimum sum of 10 because the minimum I could put into those is 1, 2, 3, 4. So the minimum sum of the line is 10, but that doesn't seem particularly useful. Now, I do know, okay, German Whisper lines are always quite powerful because you can never put a 5 on a German Whisper line because there's no Sudoku digit that is 5 apart from 5. So therefore, every digit on a German Whisper line will exist either below 5 or above 5. There are no 2 digits below 5 that are 5 apart from each other, the same way there are no 2 digits above 5 that are 5 apart from each other. So because of that, you will always end up alternating along the line. So if one digit is low, the next one must be high, below 5, above 5, and then the next one again must go back to low. So these will always alternate high, low, high, low. But I'm not sure how that's helping me. Like those are the same polarity is what we call it, but I don't know how they're going to tie together. But you can never put 5 on a German Whisper line, so the 5s in these rows don't exist there. You can also never put 5 on a black dot. Okay, the Renban line, actually oh, that's cool. That's a 5 because of the Renban lines. So a 6-cell Renban line. Actually, that's I think this is a 456 triple, but I'm going to work through it. So a 6-cell line Renban. So this is 6 cells long. So yeah. So if we start at 1, it must contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it must go from 1 to 6 if it starts at 1. If it starts at 9 and counts down, and bear in mind, this box, there must be 1 through 9 in this box. If it starts at 9 and counts down, it will be 987654, and it will have 456 on it. So we know 4, 5, and 6 are on that line. Absolutely must be. But this line is a 6-cell long Renban line, and it must have 4, 5, and 6 on it for exactly the same reason, but they can't be in those cells. So this is a 4, 5, 6 triple. Which means 5 can't go there and 5 is here. Now 4 and 6, that's a 4, 6, no, this is a 4, 6 pair. Oh, this is cool. So I think I could do more up here, but I'm going to jump down here because of my knowledge of German Whispers. I can't put 4, 5, or 6 in any of these. 4 and 6 are incredibly powerful German whisper digits because you can never put, 4 and 6 only have a single German whisper partner. The only digit that is 5 away from 4 is 9, and the only digit that is 5 away from 6 is 1. So if I was to put a 4 or a 6 here, I would need to put 2 of its single partner on the line because this is 2 digits that see each other that are adjacent. So if this is a 4, both of those would have to be a 9. If this is a 6, both of those would have to be a 1. Same is true here with those 2 digits, same is true here with those 2 digits. So I can't put 4, 6 into any of those cells, and that's a 5. So that's a 4, 6 pair, and we know 4 and 6 must go next to 1 and 9. So these are 2, 3, 7, and 8. 2, 3, 7, 8. Now that's not as powerful because the whisper lines kind of run out. And that, well, it can't be a 2. That's not a 2 because it's 3 digits along a thermo. But it could be 3, 2, 1. That would be fine. But 1 and 9 now must be in 1 and 9 must be in those cells because 1, 9 is here and it's not here. So 1, 9 can't be in those cells. 1, 9 can't be in those cells. So where's 1, 9 in the row? It's in those, and you cannot put 1 or 9 partway along a thermo. So this is a 1, 9 pair. This is cool. So there's no 1 on this black dot. This is very cool. I like this. And this has been pushed up. This is now at least 11. Because this can't be 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, it's more than that. This is now a minimum of 13 with 1, 2, 3, and 7 because 4, 5, 6 are not available. So this is now a minimum of 13. But its maximum is 15 because I don't have a 9 available, an 8, 7. So this is 13, 14, or 15. I do want to look at this though, because I can't put 1 and 9 onto the same 6-cell Renban line. So if I put the 1 here, this becomes 1, 2, 3. If I put the 9 here, this becomes 9, 8, 7. So this line is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And this is either 1, 2, 3, or it's 9, 8, 7. I don't think it can be any of the others. Like I couldn't make this 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because then these would be 1, 8, and 9, and 1 and 9 can't exist on the same Renban. So 1 or 9 exists on this, which completely forces it. Okay. It's got, is it the sum line now? Is it the sum line now? These are from... There has to be a 2 on this, right? No, there has to be a 1 on this, right? If there's no 1 on this, what do we end up with? It'd be 2, 3, 7, 8, which doesn't work. Actually, this has to have 1, 2, and 3 on it, I think, because the minute I don't include 1, 2, and 3, if I drop off one of those low digits, I immediately include 7 and 8. But the maximum this can be is 7 and 8, which is 15. And then the 2 low digits don't work. 1, 2, and 3 must be on this. So this is from 7, 8, 9. Actually, no, that's not helping me. But 1, 2, 3 is on here. If it's 1, 2, 3, so it's either 1, 2, 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 9, which is the 13, 14, or 15. If this is 1, 2, 3, and this is 1, 2, 3, those are all 1, 2, 3. But I don't think that's a problem. This is 2378 because of the row. And it can't be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 7, 8. Oh, it's that simple. Right. That's a 19456. So this was from 2378, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 along the thermo. So it couldn't be 2 or 3. This is 7, 8. And if it was 8, it'd be 8, 9, 10. So this is 7, 8, 9, making this the 1 and this the 9. The 7 takes 7 out of all of those, meaning that's the 7. And now I know the polarity of these lines. This is the 1, this is the 6, this is the 9, this is the 4. This is a low digit, but it has to be a low digit that's 5 away from 7. That's the 2. This is a high digit. It can't be a 6 or a 7. That's an 8 or a 9. This is a low digit. It's 1, 3. It cannot be 2 or 4. This is a high digit. It can't be 6 because it would see 2 ones, so it's 7 or 8. And this can't be a 7 because those would have to be 1, 2. If these were 1, 2, that would be broken, so this is an 8. 8 means that this can't be a 4, so it's a 1, 3 pair because it can't be a 2. The 8 makes that the 9. The 8 looks up taking 8 out of there. That is incredibly cool. Now, this can't have a 1 or an 8 on it. So it's either 2, 4 or 3, 6, because a black dot can only contain a low digit doubled to its even double. So 1 doubling to 2 doesn't work. 2 doubling to 4 would be 2 and 4. 3 doubling to 6 would be 3 and 6. And 4 doubling to 8 doesn't work. 5 doubling to 10 is problematic for many, many reasons. We know 6 is in one of those cells. We know 4 is in one of these cells. We know 5 is in one of these two now because I can't put 5 here. But with 7 and 9 in this box, hang on, there's no 7 here anymore. So the maximum here now is 8 and 6, which is 14. And with the maximum being 8 and 6, and 14, this can't be 1, 2, 3, 9. There's no 9 here anymore. This is a 7, 8 pair. And if this is 8, 6, this is 2, 4. And this would be 3, 5. If there's no 8 on this, this would be a maximum of 6, 5, which is 11. But the minimum here is 13. So there must be an 8 in one of those two, which puts an 8 in one of those two by Sudoku. So if this is 1, 2, 3... Hang on, I did that backwards. I did that completely backwards. Because this can't have the 9. So there must be a 9 in here. Because if I make this 1, 2, 3, 9, this is 15, and this can't sum to 15 anymore. But there is an 8 in here. Because there's no way of making that sum to 15, because I can't make it 9, 6, or 8, 7. I did that backwards. There must be a 9 in here. That 9 is meaning those can't be 9. So the 9 is either on this line in one of those 3 cells, or it's here. And this is 8, 7. Not sure yet. I did get this line backwards. I got to remember, this is what I'm adding. I'm actually going to mark that in yellow. Now, if this, I'm going to remove the 1, 2, 3. So this either has it's either 1, 2, 3, 7, which makes this 13, which would be 8, 5. So it would be 8 there and 5 there. Or it's 1, 2, 3, 8, which is 14, which would be 8, 6, and it would be 6 there and 8 there. These are the only possibilities. 13 or 14. 2 of 4, 5, 6 are in here. This is maximum 6, maximum 5. This is still maximum 4. Is it this quadruple? Yes, yes it is. The 5, 6 is looking down. This is a 5, 6 pair. I can't put 5, 6 in any of those cells. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a 4, 7 pair, which has done something to the maximums here. This is maximum 6. This is maximum 5. This can't be 4. So this is maximum 3. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is 3, 4, 5 because it can't be 2. And this is 4, 5, 6. Which is close. This is maximum. Well, hang on. The maximum here is down as well because it has to be lower than 8. It can't be 7, 6, 5. So this is a maximum of 4. So this is 2, 3, 4. If this is 1, 2, 3, that would be a 1, 2, 3 triple. This would be 4 or 5. This would be 5. That would be a 5 or 6. That'd be a 5, 6 pair. So this would be a 4. So if this is 1, 2, 3, that's a 4. Well, we know 1 is down here because of this. 4 is in one of those two. 6 is in one of those. This isn't a 7 or a 9. Oh, that's not a 7 or a 9 because of those. That's just an 8. So that's a 9. Wait, is that correct? Yeah. These have to be from 7, 8, 9 or the total doesn't work. The 7 and the 9 makes that the 8. The 9 can't go on the line. So this is 1, 2, 3, 7. 1, 2, 3, 7. So I know the total. There's no 1 here. There's no 7 down here. So the total is 13. So this has to sum to 13. So it's 8, 5. So this is the 8, this is the 5, and there's no 5 here. So these have to sum to 13. Well, it's not 9, 9, 4. It's not 8, 5. So this is 7, 6. This, well, these sum to 8 and these sum to 13. If this is 9, 4, it's 9 here with 4 here. If it's 8, 5, it's 8 here with 5 here. And if it's 7, 6, it's either order, which I think is okay. 6 is definitely in one of these two now. This is 2, 3, or 4. I feel there's something wrong here. These are just 2, 3. Well, this is 2, 3, or 6. Eight is in one of those two. That's a 7. Because the 6, 7 pair and the 7 looking up, that's a 7. This could still be 9, 8, 7, I think. And that would make that a 7. I know 7 is in one of those two. It's got to be this Renban. I feel... Oh, this is consecutive with 7 and it's not 8. That's a 6. So this is not a 6. So this is not a 5. Three, 4, 5, 6, and 8. So 6 is in one of those two. There's no 6 in any of those. So 6 is up here. 8 is not in any of those. But I could put 8 up here, I think. Is there any reason this line... I'm wondering if the 4, 5, 6 is throwing me out. Is there any reason that can't be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? The 7 would be down here. The 8 would be up here. Actually, 9 is quite restricted in this box. The 8 would be up here. The 7 would be down here. The 9 is in one of those. Nine is not in any of those cells, or that one. 8 is not in any of those cells. Okay. Oh, this 6 is looking down. That's not the 6. This is the 6, so this is the 3, so this is the 2, and this is the 4. That takes the 2 out of there, which takes the 3 out of there. This is the makeup of that is now completely known, and I'm down to pairs. Can this be 1, 2, 3? This is 1, 2, 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. Four, 5, 6. Hang on, what does that make these? 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. I'd be missing 3 and 8. So this would be 3 or 8. Those would be 3 or 8. So 8 is in those. Oh, 8 has to be up here, of course. So there's no 8 here or here. So if this line has the 7, 8, 9 on it, that the 8 is there, the 9 is there, and the 7 is in one of those. If this line is the 7, 8, 9, then that's the 9. This is 7, 8. That becomes 7. I can't quite see it. If this is the 1, 2, 3, that has to be a 1, 2, because I can't make both of those 1, 2. 3 is in here, making that 3, and putting 3 down here. It'd be in one of those two. Okay. This is from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because it has to be lower than 8. It can't be 4. So this is 3, 5, 6, 7. It has to be lower than 8 because it's on a sum line that sums to 8, but it has to be consecutive with this. 4 is consecutive with 3, 5 is consecutive with 6, 6 is consecutive with 5 or 7, 7 is consecutive with 6. So this is either 3, 5, 2, or 1. Well, it can't be 2, so this can't be 6. If this can't be 6, this can't be 7. And this can't be 5. This is odd, so this can't be 5. This is 4 or 6 only. So this is 3, 5, 5, 3, or 7, 1. And this can't be 1, because this can't be 1 or 3 because of the 1, 3 pair. That's 5, that's 3. 3 is consecutive with 4. The 3 looks up making that the 7 and that the 3. The 4 looks up taking 4 out of there. And now I can't put 3 onto that. 3 has to be in one of those 3, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 7, 8, 9. There's no 9 in those. That's the 9. The 7, 8 looks over taking 7 out of there and making that the 7. The 8 is up here still. This is cool. This is so cool. 5 is not in any of those. So 5 is in one of those two. That might have got me somewhere a bit earlier. I don't know. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no 5 in any of those. These sum to 13. So that's a 9. The 4 makes that the 7 and that the 4. The 7 makes that the 6 and that the 7. I'm actually doing okay on the sum lines. Who would have thought it? These are 4, 6, and 8. The 6 and 8 look down, making that the 4, and I can take 4 out of those. The 6 looks down, making that the 8, and that the 6, which looks up making that the 5, and I can take 5 out of those. This is a 4, 6 pair. These are 1, 2, 7, and 8. Well, we know 8 is in one of those two. Seven is in one of those two. So this is just a 1 or a 2. This triple, 1, 2, 5. Well, there's no 1. Oh, hang on. I know what this is. There's no 1 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is a 2, 5 pair. This is the 1, and I can take 1 out of there. Oh, the 5 makes that the 2. So that's the 5 and that's the 2. This is not the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 and 9 go into those, and the 9 looks down, making that the 3 and that the 9. Now these are pairs and triples. This is a 3, 5 pair. Yes, that's 3 and 5, which I'm not sure what to do with, but 1, 2, 4 go into those. Now this Thermo is going to do a bit of work soon, I'm sure. This is 3, 2, 1. What happens? Nothing obvious? This isn't a 4, so this isn't a 3. Do I just want to pencil mark that whole Thermo and do restrictions? 6 can't be in any of those. What's this triple? 1, 7, 8? There's no 8 there, there's no 7 there. That's, again, not particularly restrictive. So this is 1, 2, 7, 8. So this is 1, 2, 8, because I can't put a 7 in it. Oh, I can't put an 8 in it. This is a 1 or a 2. And the 1, 2 pair means this isn't the 1. This is a 7 or an 8. Okay, I'm definitely missing something obvious here. This is such a cool puzzle, though. The biggest pressure seems to come from this 3, 2, 1. If that's 3, 2, 1, is something going to break? If this is 3, 2, 1, that becomes a 4 because that sees all 3 of those cells. So it'd be 3, 2, 1, 4, 5. So this would be 1, 4. That would be 2. And then 2 would have to go into one of those 2 cells. That would be a 6. That would be an 8. That would be an 8. That's a 3. That's a 3. That's a 1. This all seems to work, doesn't it? Oh, no. That 7 looks up making that the 8 and that the 7. The 8 looks down making that the 1, that the 7, that the 8. The 1 makes that the 2 and that the 1, which makes that the 2. Now I'm definitely at the point of marking these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no 6 here. So these are 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no 5 in any of them. There's no 6 here. 5 is in one of those two. It's got to be this Thermo, and I am blind. I reckon if this is 3, 2, 1, something breaks, but I'm not seeing it. Where is 9 in this box? There's 4 9s looking into the box. So 9, 9, 9, 9. That's 9, so that's 8. So the 6 in this box is in one of these two, which looks down, making that the 5 and that the 6. So these are 1, 2, 3, and 6. These are 1, 2, right, there's 2 4s, which means 4 is on this Thermo. But this could go 3, 4 or 4, 5. Except it can't. 5 and 5 puts 5 on this. This is a 4, 5 pair, and I know the order. That was the trick. I was not paying attention to what was forced onto this Thermo by Sudoku. This is 4, 5, which means that's 4. That's 5. I take 4 out of all of those. This is 1, 3, 6. That's 4. That's 6. Okay. The 8, of course, makes this the 3, which does make this 2 and 1. I looked at it completely the wrong way. This is 2, this is 8. The 1 looks down, making this the 3 and this the 1. 1 and 2 both come out of here. This is 3 and 6. Beautiful puzzle. The 2 and the 4 in the row make that the 1, which makes that the 3, taking 3 out of those. The 1 looks across, making that the 6 and that the 1. The 6 looks back, making that the 3 and that the 6. There is no 1 in here. The 4 makes that the 2 and that the 4, and the 3 makes that the 5 and that the 3, and that is the solution to the puzzle. 30 minutes and 40 seconds. Beautiful puzzle. And Toby. Sven and Toby. Stunning, stunning puzzle. Created by ZegreS specifically to help me do the Sven drive. So thank you, ZegreS, so much for the puzzle. I really, really do appreciate it. Apparently it was a little harder to create than ZegreS expected when he started making it, giving it good flow. And that puzzle had amazing flow, and really showcases the tool beautifully. So thank you, ZegreS. And of course, thank you, Sven, for everything that you do for the community. I just had to do this. There is always a lot of thanks flying around for Sven, but I know how much work can go into something like this, and I know how much any sort of support can help. So, and as I said, if people are unable to financially support Sven, this is not meant to guilt anyone or anything like that. Just solve the puzzle. Just seeing the numbers of solves go up, I know how much of that can really make people feel good about the fact that their work is being appreciated. So always, that's just a great thing. SudokuPad, I think the web app of SudokuPad is one of the most elegant things on the internet, because there's no ads behind it. There's no, like, while you're doing it, it doesn't pop up with constant reminders telling you to, go here and do this thing. It's just a beautiful tool that does its job well. And they are getting harder to find on the internet. Thank you, Sven, for everything you're doing. And I know that the hosting costs for something like this are not cheap. Like, having a platform that is capable of supporting tens of thousands of users under load, like when a daily video comes out from a large channel, the amount of load that could cause on a tool like this, those numbers can be expensive to support. So just thank you, Sven, for everything you do. And I hope that this drive helps in a small way. Thank you, everyone, for helping. Thank you, everyone, for solving the puzzle. I hope you're enjoying what I'm doing on the channel. I will continue to try and find some budget somewhere. And as always, good luck with your solving.